Eccola.
James.
Great to see you both. I'm sorry I couldn't get to Friuli this year with everything going on. How does it look this year, the harvest? Like, well, what do you think? Have you started yet?
No, we didn't. We believe to start on Monday, next Monday. It's a little bit late this year, like 10 days late.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't really hot and dry this year. It was pretty good growing season.
Yeah, well, the season started a little bit late. We had a May very cold and wet, and so we lost some time in May. Then we had a peak of warm during July, and now the temperatures went down again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we believe that on Monday we start, but we have an average of 10 days late.
Okay. But you have sunshine though, at least. So you're getting photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, and then also tell me a little bit about 2020, because I found the wines, some really excellent wines this year, and particularly some of the aromatic wines made from aromatic grapes like Sauvignon Blanc, Malvasia, and Friulano. Why was this so good with 2020?
Oh yeah, James, we are here with Dr. Lorenzo Landi, so he explained the vintage 2020.
Okay. Eccola.
I think that 2020 was a very good year because it was hot. And early season, not like this year, but I think, 10 days before in the ripening of the grapes, but not too hot. It was a powerful vintage, concentrated vintage, but with a balance, with energy and freshness also.
And I think it really comes out, for example, in wines like the Volpe Sauvignon Blanc, where you don't have that really sort of herbal character. You get more beautiful fruit and limes. It almost tastes like Puy Fumé or something, like really classy, beautiful.
Yeah.
I also thought that your the Pinot Grigio was really fantastic.
Thank you
very
Volpe
much.
Pasini. It's really shows so much character and depth. Pretty impressive. And again, I guess it's that where it has ripeness, but then has freshness at the same time, but it's quite dense.
Yeah.
I know you've been working hard at Volpe Pasini. Do you think that that's more because of the work you've done in the vineyards, or more improving a few things in the cantina, in the winery?
No, I think in the vineyard, but I think it's always the most important thing, to work in the vineyard. But I think that 2020 helped us because it's a really great vintage. But I hope that we find more balance in the vineyard. It's a long work, but I hope that now we have the results.
And more balance, is that really a balance of, let's say, crop levels to like canopy, to the leaves? What exactly is it in getting it more balanced?
For me, the most important thing I think is it's about the vigor, of the vineyards. because depending on the climate of the different vintages, of course, but the most difficult thing is to have the right balance in the vigor, to have the ripening of the grapes in the right moment. It's not an easy process, but I think that now we have more balanced vineyards for Pinot Gris and for Sauvignon.
I've seen a big increase in quality at Volpe Pasini, and now a lot of the wines really compete at the same level as Schiopetto. You know, sometimes people used to think, oh no, Schiopetto and then Volpe Pasini, that's like almost like a second wine. But now they're really different. And I've been to both estates, the vineyards, and the terroir and the microclimate is very different. And Volpe now makes a little bit richer style than Schiopetto. And I think it really works. Like also the friulano is fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anche quello. Tell me about your Roverelle. What's the blend of Roverelle?
So in Roverelle there is Pinot Bianco, Chardonnay, and Sauvignon, and it's made in big barrel. So
okay.
It's a trial for Schiopetto and Volpe Pasini this year to make two wines made in big barrel.
Okay. How many liters? Like 600 or?
Yeah, it's 25 hectoliters. So it's 3,000 bottles.
So it's more of a botte then?
Yeah.
Again, that's really solid wine. And then, of course, we tasted a number of the, we tasted all the line of Schiopetto. And I really thought that that this year, like I said, the malvasia was pretty crazy wine. You know, normally people, malvasia, faniente, it's too perfume, è troppo perfumato. But this was really fantastic. What was that about? Or it was just really the vintage 2020?
Yeah, well, 2020 was a very nice vintage. And then we had a fresh climate during the harvest. And so even for malvasia, we reach a great balance in the wine.
It's really has a great finish.
Yeah, thank you. And we always try to fight the power that the terroir of Capriva can express. We want always to keep the wines fresh, with body, obviously with the texture, but very well balanced. That is our aim every year. And through these years, we tried to improve our job first on the fields, on the vineyards, and then the technique in the cellar is always the same, very careful from the harvest until when the wine is put in bottle.
No, I see that. And also, tell me about the new black label, because is this a new wine? I haven't tasted that before.
Yeah, that's a new wine. It's a wine that myself, my father, and Dr. Lorenzo Landi care very much. It's the second cru of Schiopetto on the same level of the M. They was our trial because we wanted, Schiopetto has always made wines in still. We wanted to deal with ourselves and make a great wine from just a single vineyard in a botte, in big barrel, always 25 hectoliters.
Bigger.
So it's a single vineyard. Mostly of the vineyard is so the vineyard was planted 50 years ago, single cru. Most of the vineyard is Chardonnay, and there is a little part of friulano. Okay, so we wanted to deal with a big international varietal, but with the important part of the friulano that is our most beautiful indigenous grape. And so we try to find a great balance with a technique that is not always being part of Schiopetto. We wanted to make this wine to be a great wine that could express itself in an international market.
I think it's fantastic wine. And the fact is, I wasn't sure if I liked M better or A, like they're at the same level. And it's interesting that you say you really don't have an impression that it was made in wood. You know, the wood component is very, very subtle, and you really get fantastic depth of fruit. And it's so long, I can still taste it, just going.
Thank you, James. This was the aim in working with the wood. Clearly, it had to be present, but not too much. Like always, we wanted to reach a balance in the wine. A for us is a great trial, and we believe very much in this wine. And I have to say that the winery is going in that direction, working on the crew, on the single vineyards, and year by year increasing the quality and working on the single crew.
And so is production about the same size as M? So I guess it's 25 hectoliters.
Yeah. Is 3,000 bottles and something.
Now I'm tasting the M, which was again fantastic. But I really think that the A, and I didn't know that it was this, what the story was. And I was tasting, and I'm like, oh my God, this A is fantastic. What is that? And now I'm happy to hear that they're supposed to be at the same level.
Thank you, James.
And then M is fantastic. Incredibly long as well. What your wines really have, your top wines, is they have incredible length. When will they be in the market?
April 2022.
Oh, okay. So I tasted your normal reds. They were very nice, but we didn't have yet the bottlings of your top reds yet. Are those not bottled yet?
Yeah, indeed. We waited a little bit longer, so they will be ready in few months, and we'll send them. The 19 will be a nice vintage for the reds, so we can't wait to let you taste Blumeria Rivarossa new vintage. Okay,
fantastic. Well, listen, that was a great tasting. Those were my favorite wines, but the important thing was to learn more about the 2020 vintage and also A. So great wines.
Thank you, James.
Let's catch up as soon as you send the new reds then.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, carissimi. Grazie tanto. Ciao.
Ciao, James.
Ciao.